Diving into how inflation is at record-breaking highs and how you can stay afloat during these difficult times.
Next, we're taking a closer look at a nonprofit giving our furry friends a shot at a better life.
Later, we are taking a jab at the knockout event happening in Columbus this evening.
Your Take 30 News starts right now. Take 30 News, I'm Hope Lee.
And I'm Garner Montgomery. Thank you for joining us. Sticker shock is taking over the Golden Triangle area as inflation takes a serious toll on Mississippians. Our Madison Haley spoke with local businesses to hear how they are handling price spikes.
The cost of living in the U.S. is the highest we've seen in more than 40 years, and right here in the Golden Triangle is no exception.
Everything has gone up. Inflation has affected everything. Small businesses are struggling because products have increased. The shipping has increased. We've had to wait for shipping because of the supply demand.
Dana Bullard and Carly Sparks are a mother-daughter duo and owners of Starkville boutique Carly Co. They say they've never experienced anything like this in the last 5 years of business. Luckily, the only impact they face is more foot traffic.
I would say we have more in-store people now than online, and it used to be the opposite.
A West Point Hunting Lodge is also feeling the effects.
So obviously we have to follow the curve of everything else, and our prices have to be increased. Our cost of doing business is increased. But there's a fine line there between you can't price yourself out of business. And so a lot of this we just have to take it like a punch on the chin.
Despite prices doubling and even tripling in some cases, operations manager Todd Robinson says they aren't backing down and will adjust to serve their customers in the best way possible. Prices aren't just increasing for business, but for everyday living as well. What it used to cost to fill this fridge up is now double. Luckily, experts say they expect inflation to take a soft landing within the next year. The experts say these are tips that can help families stay afloat during price hikes. Learn to budget, practice intentional spending, ask for a raise, take advantage of cashback offers, coupons, and money-saving apps, get rid of unnecessary bills or subscriptions, or start a side hustle. In GTA for Take 30 News, I'm Madison Haley.
To stay up to date on current inflation rates and more, check out the link below.
If you do the time, you've got to pay the fine. Locals are not responding well to the new pay-to-park policy throughout downtown.
I've been able to park for free this whole time, and why should I have to start paying now?
If you're parking in downtown Starkville, don't forget to pay up. As of March 15, 2022, a new pay-to-park system called Park Mobile is being enforced along University Drive. This change has ruffled some feathers from students and Starkville citizens alike.
I don't know when they did them, but I remember I saw it and I was like, I had no clue what it was. It didn't really let me know that it was for parking and that it was required. I was kind of just confused about what it all was about too.
Starkville local Dr. Shanna Lee even took to submitting an article to the Starkville Daily News on the matter, voicing her suggestions on the unclear signage. Lee writes, "If the sign clearly stated pay to park, I would have done so. When I see the sign, I see a black top with white numbers, then green and different writing under it."
Since the release of the article, many have rushed to express disapproval for the new system. I spoke with Mayor Lynn Sproul to talk about the reasons Park Mobile was introduced to the city of Starkville.
We've got businesses in the Cotton District area in particularly where some of the students would park all day long, and then I guess they either caught the smart bus or they walked to campus and did not have to pay for parking on campus, therefore leaving our restaurants such as Ben 612 and Bulldog Burger and Boardtown Pizza, for example, with no local parking opportunities in that area.
In light of recent backlash, the city has temporarily lifted enforcement to allow more time to familiarize citizens with the new policy.
So we're just trying to get more of the word out. But it's just a matter of having to pay attention to what's going on around you.
Outside of the suspension, parking is $1 per hour with the first 15 minutes free. Payment is required from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. throughout the week and is lifted on weekends and holidays. For Take 30 News, I'm Hope Lee.
And we are now turning it over to our student meteorologist, Kristina Balentine, for a first look at your weather.
Kristina, what can we expect coming up?
Well, it is in the 80s right now, and we're going to keep seeing that. And I think it's really nice. I don't know if you guys are enjoying it or not, but I've been seeing I've been seeing so many people out on the drill field, and they really ought to be. It's warm and it's really comfortable outside. We've got that breeze cooling us off just a little bit. So I think it's pretty pleasant. And all across Northeast Mississippi, we are seeing temperatures in the mid 80s, but that is going to stick around. But unfortunately, the nice weather is not going to stay around for much longer. We've got a rainy week coming up.
Oh, wow. That's a disappointing way to kick off the summer.
Yeah.
But,
hate that, but thank you so much, Kristina.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
If you are in the West Point area and are looking for summer plans for your children or searching for volunteer opportunities, this next story gives the details on a great opportunity.
The Boys and Girls Club of West Point is kicking off its summer program June 1st, where daily events will be offered to area kids.
We do have fun in the summertime. We take a field trip every Friday. We go to different places such as High Heaven. Our hours are long. We pretty much do all day, 7:30 to 5:30. We serve them breakfast, lunch, and a snack.
The Boys and Girls Club of America is a nonprofit organization with campuses nationwide, including multiple in the Golden Triangle area.
As a nonprofit organization, the Boys and Girls Club is looking for both donations and volunteers for the summer.
The club can always use people to come in, not just to, donate money, but to donate their time. They can come and help do the doors. We decorate doors. They can come in and help us do spring cleaning. They can come in and help us do yard work, gardening.
Children in this program get the chance to learn healthy living habits, get homework help, learn to do taxes, while still enjoying summer break.
Kids are a joy to work with. And we do a lot of different things up here. It's not only just, homework, schoolwork. We do a lot of different activities up here. And I just think that anytime, you have the patience to deal with kids and do what you like with kids, that you should.
Registration is available for students in West Point from grades K through 12. For Take 30 News, I'm Garner Montgomery.
For more information of ways to donate or volunteer, you can find that and more at www.bgcgoldentry.org.
Mississippi State is creating a lot of buzz at the entomology department. Here's Bassett with the story.
Bees are extremely important to our ecosystem. They make the honey we eat, and they help produce most of the food we eat. If bees are to go extinct, surely the rest of the world will follow. That is why we must make sure to keep them alive and thriving. And Mississippi State is doing their part at the newly constructed apiary.
What's an apiary, you may ask? A place where beekeepers keep bees, here at the McLeod Entomology Department.
Mississippi State has always had bees at the entomology complex, but not in this capacity. Priya Chakrabarti Basu is the primary teacher for beekeeping classes at the entomology department.
All of us together, we are this big bee group here who are working together trying to not only conduct research but also reach out to the community in how to best mitigate different stressors affecting bees.
The apiary will also allow MSU to make its own honey. For grad student Yurita Agana, the apiary is a perfect fit for the MSU community.
I think doing this in Mississippi is a great thing because Mississippi is known to be a place for farmers.
This 768 square foot permanent fixture with at least 12 hives will give people a place to observe bees in a safe environment. Inside, guests treated themselves to various bee themed snacks and refreshments.
This would be a great place for the bees as well as for us who are trying to study and learn more about them.
Reporting for Take 30 News, I'm Bassett. Save the bees, y'all.
For more info on the apiary, you can take a visit to the Carl Lyle Entomology Complex on the west side of campus. One event is giving potential graduate students the chance to put their pen to paper before their big test. We'll give you all the details and more coming up next.
you could be part of one of the top engineering schools in the nation without ever leaving the coast? Well, now you can. Mississippi State's collaboration with Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College allows you to earn core credits while pursuing a 4-year degree in mechanical or electrical engineering, all in the same location. And with classes taught by MSU professors, the world-renowned education you couldn't find anywhere else is now in your own backyard. To learn more about this great opportunity, visit us online.
Welcome back to Take 30 News. Students across the state can now prepare for GRE testing. The MSU Learning Center is hosting a GRE workshop Saturday, April 30th in the Old Main Academic Center from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Though many schools waived GRE tests during the COVID-19 pandemic, many graduate programs across the nation are now requiring the test again. This workshop allows students to focus on all aspects of GRE testing throughout the workshop. Learning Center instructor and coordinator Laura Drake is a presenter in this year's workshop. She says that presenters will cover all aspects of the test to make sure students are well prepared.
We begin with just an overview of what the GRE is to answer any questions that students may have, cost, what the GRE setting is like. A lot of testing anxiety comes from fear of the unknown, so I try to eliminate that right off the bat by letting them know kind of what to expect when they go to test.
Registration fee is $80 and students can sign up online at www.ecommerce.msstate.edu.
A pop-up pet vaccine clinic in Columbus, Mississippi. Our Molly McGuire takes us there to have a closer look.
How you spell Chihuahua?
I think it's really cool they put this event on. It gets kind of expensive having a dog and being in college at the same time, so it's really nice that they do this for free.
Sweet Paws Rescue, a non-profit animal rescue, put on an event for pets to get their vaccinations for free. Leah Gray, a member of Sweet Paws Rescue, tells us why it's so important to get our pets vaccinated.
To protect the community, but most importantly, to protect the pets. There's so many diseases that are prevalent here. This is something we could do to cut down on. I just had 5 puppies die from parvo, so I'm trying to stomp it out.
By getting our furry friends vaccinated, we're not only protecting them, but we're protecting ourselves.
We just wanted to get our dog vaccinated for her sake and also our own, because there's so many diseases that come from dogs, so we're just trying to keep everyone safe.
Approximately 59,000 people worldwide die each year from rabies, but with the help of widespread vaccination, fewer pets will be infected and fewer humans will be exposed. Luckily, places like Sweet Paws are trying to make the pop-up clinic an annual event.
We hope so. This is made possible by a grant from Petco, so we hope to do it and even more things.
For more information about getting your pets vaccinated, you can talk to a veterinarian or go to aspca.com. In Columbus, Mississippi, for Take 30 News, I'm Molly McGuire.
To learn more about the Sweet Paws Rescue, you can go to their website at sweetpawsrescue.org. The Golden Triangle Regional Solid Waste Management Authority hosted their annual Hazardous Waste Day this past Saturday. The landfill tries to plan the event each year in the springtime, just in time for spring cleaning. The crew working on a Saturday saw a total of over 200 cars, which represented over 400 households from the surrounding 6 counties.
Chemicals that people use in the yard, pesticides and herbicides, and actually rodenticides and fungicides are also hazardous products that you really don't want to put in the landfill. So we have this event, people can properly dispose of it.
The Golden Triangle Regional Waste Management Authority will hold their next Hazardous Waste Day in spring 2023. When we come back, we'll give you a look at what to expect with the weather.
But first, here we are with Kristina to give you a sneak peek into what's ahead.
Well, we've got some clouds building in from the south, cloud covers popping up over the Golden Triangle area, and that is a sign of what is coming up ahead. We've got a very wet week this week.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Performance at the highest level is the objective of every athlete. But what can athletes accomplish if they understood and responded to everything their bodies are telling them? Mississippi State University's Athlete Engineering program is designing and deploying groundbreaking advanced wearable technology that creatively collects millions of data points for researchers to analyze, predict performance, and improve body mechanics. Researchers in engineering, kinesiology, sociology, textiles, and more disciplines are working together to test and design new technology that leads to winning results. In addition to helping athletes reach their highest potential, this collaborative program is reducing injuries and protecting the health of competitors now and far into the future. Mississippi State University. Farming can be a tough way to make a living. Weather, pricing pressures, and unpredictable swings in demand can take a toll, not only on farmers' finances, but on their mental health, as well as that of family members and farm workers. That's why Mississippi State University is spearheading a program to train extension agents to detect the signs of depression, substance abuse, and other stress-related challenges. Everyone has a bad day, of course, but this holistic view of a farmer's circumstances enables MSU representatives to recognize the difference between routine struggles and deeper, more serious issues. It may be a tough conversation, but the sooner it gets started, the sooner farmers can get help to better manage stress and continue the important work of growing the products our world needs. Caring for farms and farmers. Mississippi State University.
Good afternoon, Starkville. You can see behind me, we're starting to see some clouds build into the area. We were clear this morning, but our temperatures have been on the rise. We're at 82 right now. Our feels like temperature still at 82, but we've got winds coming out of the south at 14 miles an hour, and those southerly winds are starting to bring in some humidity. So even though it feels nice right now, we are going to start to feel a little bit more humid as the day progresses. Those winds are coming out of the south all across northeast Mississippi. We've got winds out of the south at 11 miles an hour in Macon, 14 in Columbus and Starkville, and 9 in Aberdeen. So it's a very windy day, and unfortunately, those winds are just knocking around all of this pollen. So if you have allergies, you're definitely feeling it. Grass pollen is extreme right now, and our tree pollen is also in the moderate. If you have a mold allergy, it's not quite as bad as the trees, but weeds, you're in the clear right now. If you have those allergies, you're not really feeling too bad. We do have a beautiful night. Tonight's going to be 63, partly cloudy skies, and winds out of the south-southeast at 5 to 10 miles an hour, gusting up to 20 miles an hour. And if you have any plans, you're going to want to do them tonight because unfortunately, this nice weather is not sticking around for much longer. Saturday morning, we're going to wake up to some spotty showers building in the area, and unfortunately, that's just going to be the pattern for the rest of the week. Sunday morning, we're going to wake up at 3 a.m. and some of our northwestern counties might be waking you up in Coffeyville with a line of heavy showers. We could be seeing some thunder with these storms too as they start to push through our area, but they'll be out of northeast Mississippi by 8 a.m. and we'll be in the clear by lunchtime on Sunday. But unfortunately, that clear doesn't last very long. We do see a couple of showers popping up in some of our southern counties by Sunday afternoon. And like I said, that is going to be the theme for the next week. We have rain chances every single day, and our rain totals aren't going to add up too much in the grand scheme of things, considering this is spread out over 6 days. But still, we're going to see about half an inch of rain here in Starkville, and in some of our northwestern counties, we could be seeing near 2 inches of rain just in 1 week. So it is going to be a pretty wet week. We are quite literally seeing a rinse and repeat forecast. Check out those highs. They are above average. Average this time of year is 78 degrees, and we're going to be in the low 80s, even getting near 90 on Wednesday. Our lows are going to be in the mid 60s, but again, chance of rain and showers every single day this week.
Coming up after the break, we're going to talk sports from this past week. You don't want to miss it.
Meeting the challenges of a changing world. It's a responsibility we take seriously at Mississippi State University. Today, our outstanding faculty are on the job with a passion that places them among the best in the business. We're launching new classroom models, investing in world-changing research, and providing a college experience that's second to none. Though things may look different, our sights have never been higher.
To be or not to be? That is the question that echoes the walls of the theater department at Mississippi State University. Nurturing the voice and movement of a new generation of dynamic storytellers. An inclusive program welcoming all to a broad course of study in directing, stagecraft, playwriting, and acting. Discover your passion in performance and production with MSU Theater.
Print. It opens the doors to the world of communication. It's where a student can be anything. It teaches teamwork, diligence, loyalty, and responsibility. At Mississippi State, we are dedicated to further the field of journalism. We make sure to tell the story no matter how challenging. We incorporate all aspects to help you grow as a student and as a person. So, what are you waiting for?
Welcome back to Take 30 Sports. I'm Ethan Eargle. Former Mississippi State offensive lineman Charles Cross was taken 9th overall by the Seattle Seahawks last night in the NFL Draft. The selection marks the highest-rated offensive lineman in MSU history. This past Tuesday, the Mississippi State Bulldogs and the Ole Miss Rebels hit the road to Pearl, Mississippi, where they faced off for the annual Governor's Cup. After an exciting first inning by both sides, the score was tied 2-2 until the top of the 5th. Once the Dogs brought in Lane Forsythe to pitch, the Rebels capitalized and scored 3 runs on 4 hits. Even though the Rebels halted their scoring for the remainder of the game, the 5th inning rally was simply too much for the Bulldogs as they fall 5-2. The Dogs are back in action tonight at 6 as they travel to Missouri for their weekend series. Tomorrow's game starts at 2 and Sunday's game is also set for 2 o'clock. The MSU softball team hosted Southern Miss for their midweek game this past Wednesday. The Dogs took an early deficit 3-0 after the top of the second. However, they rallied back as a 3-run home run had the ballgame tied at the conclusion of the inning. The Dogs held their momentum into the third and tacked on 2 more runs to go up 5-3. They held on to that lead for the remainder of the game and won 5-4. Mississippi State softball is back in action tonight at 5 as they travel to Lexington to take on the 11th-ranked Kentucky Wildcats. Last weekend was an exciting one as the Mississippi High School baseball playoffs officially began. In an upset, the Starkville Yellow Jackets beat the South Panola Tigers in 3 games to advance to the second round of the 6A playoffs. In the 5A bracket, the West Point Greenway fell to Ridgeland in 2 games and had their season come to an end. The New Hope Trojans look to resume their season today at 2 as they play Cleveland Central in the second round of the playoffs. Starkville's series against the reigning 6A state champs, Madison Central, also begins tonight as they travel to Madison. After the conclusion of the NIT this past March, the future of Mississippi State men's basketball was in the air. The uncertainty stemmed from the hiring of new coach Chris Jans. However, recent news has given Bulldog fans something to look forward to. The Bulldogs' second leading scorer and rebounder, Tolu Smith, announced on Twitter that he is coming back next season. Smith wrote, "I'm excited about coming back to Mississippi State and building a legacy. I want to be known as one of the greatest to ever come through the program that I'm loyal to." Another notable return to the lineup next year is Cameron Matthews, who averaged 18.2 minutes per game last season. This has been Take 30 Sports. I'm Ethan Eargle. Starkville businesses will have the opportunity to showcase what makes them special. We'll have more on this coming up.
As concern grows over the declining health of the world's oceans, veterinary students at Mississippi State are learning how to rescue and rehabilitate vulnerable marine animals. Through a unique partnership between the College of Veterinary Medicine and the Institute of Marine Mammal Studies in Gulfport, Mississippi, students are experiencing the chance of a lifetime. Real-time research of this fragile ecosystem prepares students for a future in providing care for sick and stranded dolphins, turtles, sea lions, and other marine species. At the same time, MSU's advanced diagnostic technology is helping innovate for solutions while improving treatment and outcomes. Not only are the waters of the Gulf Coast opening new worlds of discovery for Mississippi State veterinary students, they are much safer now, thanks to this game-changing partnership that's improving life for literally hundreds of aquatic animals.
Welcome back to your Take 30 News. Do you consider yourself to be the baddest man in town? Well, if you live in the Golden Triangle area, you finally have a chance to prove it in the Possum Town Throwdown. I spoke with the event's promoter to learn more. Columbus, Mississippi, locally known as Possum Town, has a reputation for being a tough guy town. What better way to showcase that toughness than a boxing tournament comprised of everyday manly men?
So your participants are just your everyday Joe guy. I mean, just anybody that wants to participate can. This is a true amateur event. We're not letting any sanctioned amateur fighters in it or any professional fighters in it. So it's going to be great. It's just, you're going to know everybody that's there.
I'm here outside of the Charter Convention Center, where fighters of each weight class will have a chance to take home a $1,000 cash prize, and not to mention bragging rights.
You can get tickets at the door, but I would suggest getting them online at www.possumtownthrowdown.com. Purchase your tickets there, see some of the fighters, read all about the event.
We have people all the way from Meridian all the way up to Blue Mountain, Mississippi coming, and Alabama and some in Tennessee are coming, so it ought to be interesting.
The event will be on April 29th at 6 p.m. There will also be music, food, and booze for attendees to enjoy. With Take 30 News, I'm Ty Lancaster. For more information, you can visit Throwdown.
And that's all the news we have for you this evening. Be sure to follow us on our social medias to keep up with the latest headlines.
It's been a great semester. I think we've learned a lot about what's going on in Starkville,
Absolutely.
GTR, Columbus. We've done it all. We've seen it all.
Yeah, and we learned a lot about what goes on in the newsroom and to have greater experience for our future careers.
Yeah, something we're definitely gonna miss. I hope you guys will miss us just as much as we'll miss y'all.
Yeah.
Yep.
Love you guys. We
All right.
really appreciate it. And for Take 30 News, I'm Garner Montgomery.
And I'm Hopefully.
Good night, y'all.